Chapter 15. Now, the analogue of all the above may be understood regarding the aspect of the impression, the Rishimu, which remained in the aforementioned void and empty space. This is the aspect of the Hayuli, which includes everything that will afterwards branch out from it into revelation by means of the Kav V'chut, the line and thread. Now, although all the essential light was concealed until only the aspect of an impression remained, nonetheless, as mentioned above, specifically through this tzimtzum, everything is certainly included in it in short form. Furthermore, although the point of the Rishimu indicates the absence of spreading down, nonetheless, this is not an aspect of total tzimtzum. It is only because it is an essential Hayuli power that it does not spread down, as explained above. Rather, since it is a power that restrains the entire original light, therefore it does not spread forth except by way of a line, according to the manner necessary for influence, as mentioned before. Nevertheless, from the above it is understood that this kav possesses the power of the original infinite light which preceded the tzimtzum. Furthermore, this light is still literally in an aspect of infinity, except that it comes by way of a line, according to the manner in which the recipients are capable of receiving. Through this we may understand the statement, "In your light is light seen." Note Psalms 186:2. "With you is the source of light, in your light is seen light." End note. This is a secondary light, a radiance of a radiance, which is called an offspring light. For, although after the tzimtzum the light breaks through by way of a mere line, it nevertheless comes from your essential light, since everything is included within the Rishimu, and it is from the Rishimu that the kav line is drawn. The kav is an aspect of a Hayuli for all the influence of the chaining down of the worlds, and it brings about the dimensions of up and down as stated in Eitz Chaim. For this reason, we may now understand the answer to two seemingly paradoxical opposites which are found in the kav, the line. The first aspect of the kav is that it has the power to include the left in the right, etc. This is the aspect of the inter-inclusions and unifications of all the lights which branch out from Keter of Adam Kadmon until Malchut of Atzilut. It is specifically through the kav that it is possible for a light to be exchanged into a vessel which is not its own, such as the light of Chesed, kindness, being invested in the vessel of Gevurah, sternness. This is in accordance with what is explained elsewhere at length in regard to the matter of the letter Vav of the word for Hanorah. The second aspect of the kav is that it is specifically called the measuring line, in that it gives measure to all lights and vessels. This is, as we previously explained, regarding the matter of the kav, that it is called the builder's rod. Now, at first glance, this seems to be the opposite of inter-inclusion and unification, etc. However, the explanation of the matter is that both these aspects of the kav are true. Quite the contrary, the two are interdependent. This is because the root of this kav comes from the original power of the essential self of the infinite light, or Ein Sof, which preceded the tzimtzum. This is, as explained above regarding the matter that in your light, specifically, light is seen, referring to the light of this kav. Certainly, it is within the power of the essential light of Ein Sof, the unlimited one, to make inter-inclusions and unifications of all opposites throughout the entire chaining down of the worlds, from the top of Adam Kadmon until Malchut of Atzilut. This is in accordance with the statement, "You are he who unifies them and binds them, you are he inside and out." This is also the explanation of the matter of the name of 45, Ma, Mem He, within which is the path of the entire Atzilut, and there are other such statements. All this inter-inclusion and unification is possible because of the radiance of the essential light of Ein Sof, the unlimited one, which is within this kav, and goes and extends down until Malchut, the end of all levels of the world of Atzilut. It is for this very same reason that it is within the power of the kav to measure every measurement and limitation. That is, it measures all lights and vessels and all unifications of influencer and recipient, determining exactly how much the masculine waters and feminine waters will be. This aspect of measurement comes from the aspect of the Rishimu, which limits all the light of the essence in various manners, according to his estimation within the essential self of the infinite light before the tzimtzum. We find, from the angle of the essential light in the kav line, it is considered to be an aspect of a Hayuli, the function of which is to inter-include and unify everything, whereas from the angle of the limited power of the Rishimu, in it limits and gives measure to everything according to the aspect of the first assessment and estimation which was included in this Rishimu. By way of analogy, this is similar to an architect who drafts a blueprint which defines the manner in which the building will be built, so that everything should be precisely according to how he decided within himself of how the measurements should be. This is done so that he should neither stray to the left nor to the right from his original plan. Now, although at times it is possible for there to be an additional radiance in the emanated sphirot more than the dictates of the measuring line, i.e. the kav hamidah, this specifically comes about from the power of the essential light. At times it will radiate in one way and at times in another way. For this reason, any aspect of new light found within Atzilut, B'riyah, Yetzirah, and Asiyah comes specifically from the essential self of the infinite light, Atzmut or Ein Sof, which precedes the Tzimtzum. This is because it is from his essential light that light is seen within this kav. At times there is additional radiance and at times there is diminished radiance. This also accounts for the changes which take place in the unifications of all the partsufim, the statures, from the top of Adam Kadmon to the heel of Adam Kadmon at the end of the world of Asiyah. An example of this is the change between the time of the Holy Temple to the time of the exile and the like. Moreover, we generally pray and say, "May it be desirable before you." This is to say, literally before your essential self, which is even higher than the 10 essential sphirot. We request that Hashem should change his simple essential desire, which has already been drawn forth within the essential self of the infinite light, Atzmut or Ein Sof. That is, we request that it should be drawn forth and come into the estimation which he estimated within himself for the entire chaining down of the worlds until the end of the kav in an entirely different way, such as from judgment, din, to kindness, chesed, and the like. This is, as previously explained at the end of chapter 9, regarding the matter of I, Hashem, have not changed. That is, in the original light which precedes the Tzimtzum, there is no change between a desire for kindness or a desire for judgment. This is because of the reason mentioned above in chapter 10 regarding the matter of the essential Hayuli desire for kindness, which is completely included in the essential self. It was previously explained that there are 3 levels until it comes to a particular matter, as explained at length in chapter 11. When the sages stated, pray to him and not to his attributes, this even refers to his essential attributes, which are one with the essential light. This is because the essential self of the infinite light, Atzmut or Ein Sof, is not of any of these attributes altogether. This will suffice for those of understanding. This then is the meaning of you are he who unifies them, etc. It specifically states you are he, referring to he who is one, but not in a way of enumeration, of 10 Sefirot. Similarly, the power of the Rishimu and the Kav to limit and measure, which is why it is called the measuring line, Kav Midah, comes specifically from the essential self of the infinite light. Moreover, these 2 powers are interdependent. This is in accordance with what is stated elsewhere regarding the general matter of chesed, kindness, and gevurah, might, within the essential self of the infinite light. It explains there that the gevurah of the essential self is the power of limitation to limit and conceal, thus withdrawing into himself in a way of elevation after elevation, endlessly and without measure. This is the meaning of the statement, the infinite light is above without end. In contrast, chesed of the essential self is the aspect of the spreading down of the light, down below without conclusion, by means of the kav which extends from the Rishimu. These are 2 equally balanced lines and are both unlimited. Therefore, even in the lowering of the infinite light within this kav, these 2 powers, i.e. the power to restrain and limit, and the power to bind and unify, are equal. Likewise, regarding the matter of changes in the light and its expression, whether it will be with additional or diminished revelation, such as the difference between the weekdays and Shabbat or holidays, or the difference between the time of the Holy Temple and the time of the exile, it all comes from one power. This one power divides into the 2 lines of Chesed and Gevurah, which are equally balanced. This comes from the powers of the original light, i.e. the light of the Atzmut or Ein Sof, the essential self of the unlimited one, from the aspects of Chesed and Gevurah, as he is in and of himself. This will suffice for those of understanding. This is in accordance with what was explained above in chapter 14, that a line is a hayuli relative to a plane. This is to say, it includes the essential power and light of the essential self of the influencer, except that in the essential self it is revealed with great expanse, whereas in this line the very same power comes revealed in an aspect of restricted influence and expression according to the capacities of the recipients. This being the case, even the aspect of the restraint and expression of the kav comes specifically from Atzmut or Ein Sof, the essential self of the infinite light. This will suffice for those of understanding.